techniques. We start with the first technique, and that is all about empowerment and disempowerment. So it's all about how you can become unhappy and happy. And so then you can choose. And a lot of people, they do not know that they have a choice. And they do not know how to change their life because they have no idea that they have a choice. So the first part I'm going to talk about empowerment, and then I explain you later on the disempowerment, so you can see the difference. And you can also see the difference in your life. So first of all, the empowerment. A person who is empowered, that means he lives a happy life. That means the love, the light, the warmth, the wisdom, and the power of the soul is in the body, streaming in. Why? Because there's no blockage. And why is that? This person uses his body in an optimal state. And how do you use the body in an optimal state? You use the brain in an optimal state, and you use the feeling in an optimal state. I tell you later how we do it at this moment on Earth, but the perfect way to do it is that you use some both
steering systems.
Both steering systems, 50-50, but at the same time, but independently from each other. And there's something you cannot find on this planet Earth, how to do that. So we're going to explain it to you later.
Because many people, most people, they are used to doing everything starting from the brain.
Yeah.
And when they're meditating, they're thinking, meditating, and that's what they're doing, thinking.
And think they feel.
They feel.
So a person who is empowered lives from the brain and the feeling, and in between the brain and the feeling there is the heart, of course. And the impulse of the soul comes in the heart. And then the impulse is full of wisdom and light and warmth and strength and everything. And it flows through the body. And then the aura field is strong. And if the aura field is strong, there is enough part of the aura field. The aura field is like approximately
1 arm length away,
1.5 meters, away from your body, around you, in an optimal state. So it's also below the earth, underneath this
surface.
Surface. So that means you're grounded, and that means that you have connection with the earth, with the Gaia, with the soul of the earth. And then you get enough earth energy, and the earth energy decides how much life energy you produce. Determines it, yes. So if you live in an optimal state, there's a lot of earth energy coming in, and the cosmic energy comes through the body and meets the earth energy in the second chakra.
Makes a connection.
That makes a connection, and that means life energy.
Boom.
And boom! Yes, and then you feel the power of the earth and the cosmic. You feel bounded, you feel connected. Absolutely connected.
To everything.
Yeah, to everything and everyone. And then you live a different life. You understand not only mentally, but also you feel how the world and the universe works. And then it's
the world expands.
Yeah, and it's easy.
How it feels.
Yeah, and
everything changes.
Everything changes. Voila. And if the soul is in the body, and the soul is the captain of your ship. Yeah, the body is
the vessel. The body
is the vessel. Absolutely. Yeah. Then they work together, and there's harmony in the body, and that means that you're independently from love. So you have a lot to share.
You're self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
So your own self-love flows through the body, and you don't need other people to give you attention or give you love, because you just
flow over.
feel it in your body, and you don't feel the
and
need
you share.
to get attention from
you
other
don't
people.
give, you share.
And
Because giving is from
lack
of it, and sharing is from abundance. So you have enough self-love, and self-love is not, you cannot find it in the outside world.
No.
Another person cannot give you self-love, and that's something your body needs, because it's a specific frequency that your body needs, and nobody else can give you that.
And our bodies are like plants.
Yeah.
We need light, and
nurture
love,
them,
and food, and
absolutely. So, and then you also have a lot of life energy, so you don't need energy from something else, and you will find out that you eat less, you need less food, and you're not living anymore from the energy of outside, from the others. Okay, that's the empowerment. And of course, everything that is low in vibration cannot enter your system. And hallelujah, that's a different life. So there are also low frequencies on planet Earth, and they cannot stay in your neighborhood, because if you're empowered,
they cannot survive.
They run away because
they transform.
They transform, or they run away because they cannot handle the frequency, the high frequency. Yes, it depends on what that frequency is about to do. And that's a universal call. That's not our call. Good. So that is empowerment. So it's very important that you realize the brain and the feeling. It's both very important. We got taught in school that the brain is more important than the rest, and that is not true. You get disempowered. Now we come to the part of disempowerment, and that's the second part. Disempowerment, I call it the state of vampire. Why is that the state of vampire? A person who is disempowered uses his brain much, much more than the feeling. And then sometimes the feeling takes over and you get emotional. A lot of people say, we can feel, but it's not true. You are emotional.
Emotionally
overloaded.
You have an overload of emotions.
Overloaded, you have an overload of emotions.
So you become, and your system cannot handle it anymore.
Yeah, so if people say to me, yeah, but I'm very, very
sensitive and emotional,
but it's not about feeling sensitivity. Okay, you become sensitive, but in a different way. You're not emotional sensitive, if I say that correctly. So, what is disempowerment? Disempowerment means that you use too much of the brain. Most of us use 85% of the brain and 15% of the feeling. So the feeling is weak. And if you get information from your wisdom, from the soul, into the body, this information goes to the feeling, and the feeling is too weak. It's a little voice. And then the brain picks it up, and then the left part is like a monster. And
the left part of the brain.
The left part of the brain is like a monster, and goes on and on and on and blurs around. And I call it yapping. It's yapping all day. And then what happens is that you mainly listen to your brain, and if the brain is disconnected from the heart, from the feeling, and how you know that? If you lose the sense of your body, if you lose
your bodily sensation,
if you're not aware of your body being with you, you're not aware of your body existing in the moment, your brain is taking over.
And your body goes on automatic pilot.
Yes, automatic
not
pilot.
Not consciously.
Yeah. Then the brain is taking over, and you lose your senses. And then what happens is that your brain can only be destructive. That means that we call it the ego.
Destructive ego.
We call it the destructive ego. And the destructive ego can only produce unpleasant unpleasant emotions. And if you gather around a lot of unpleasant emotions in your system, your aura field gets blocked and weak and disharmonied and misformed.
Disfigured.
Disfigured.
Nee,
Yeah.
Yeah. It has an ugly shape.
It has an ugly shape. Plus
Look at the tekenen.
yeah. Plus the part of the grounding you lose because it becomes smaller and you lose the grounding. And then when you lose the grounding or it becomes very
you don't
weak,
absorb earth energy.
and there you go. You don't have enough energy to live from. So you're not energetic, self-sufficient, and you don't get enough self-love because the impulse from the soul is too weak.
Cannot enter the body.
Soul cannot enter the body. And then what happens is that you are depending on the attention of others, and that's why I call it vampire. Okay, vampire state. So what happens? We tap.
Steal.
Energy
from each other. Take energy from each other. How we do that?
Without actually realizing.
No.
We're stealing other people's
we don't
energy.
realize it.
Mm-hmm. Or we don't do it anymore.
No.
But the majority of the people
absolutely
still does it.
And you can feel that. You get tired. Yeah. You get tired speaking to people or being amongst people or go into the city. You become tired. And that's because everybody's stealing energy from each other.
So even when people are walking just past you without even having an interaction with you,
you don't have to communicate.
Their aura field takes energy or can take energy from you. Absolutely. If you're not consciously in the body. So.
Yeah, and we're going to explain how. But first of all, how did we get in this state? And mainly the little children, they are in an optimal state. That's why we love little children. And then they go to school, but the schools, they don't know or don't do it on purpose.
No, they're not aware of it.
No, they're not aware of it. But in school, what happens in school is that you sit on a chair and the teacher is like 7 meters, 8 meters away from you, and all your attention goes away from the body, and you lose the contact with the body, you lose the feeling, and the brain gets overactive, and it should in school, yeah. And then you lose it. You lose the feeling, you lose the body awareness, the consciousness, you lose the power. It becomes all weaker and weaker and weaker. And if you learn to get it back, then you realize how you get there, how you got there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now, if I steal from Sophie, and Sophie steals from Lucia, and Lucia steals from Iris, and Iris steals from Christoph, and Christoph, sorry, Christoph, and Christoph steals from me, Kaat. Then what happens? You steal not only the energy from others,
you steal each other's garbage.
You steal each other's low frequencies.
Low frequencies.
And what happens then? You're stuck with your own garbage and stuck with other people's garbage. Yeah. Can you imagine somebody who's in front of 15,000 people giving a performance
on a stage?
Everybody adores this person, and that is when it happens. When you feel more meerderwaardig,
superior to other people.
When you feel superior, you feel more beautiful, you feel more
intelligent, more talented,
important,
better dressed,
better dressed, voila. If you feel superior, then you take energy from people. If you feel inferior, then you give energy away. Yeah. So if somebody is on stage, what happens? He feels superior and the rest feels inferior. Mm-hmm. So those many people, give their energy away. The person on stage will have enough energy for at least a month to live on, but there's also a lot of garbage that this person gets. Yeah.
How come so?
How come so? Because he feels superior, and he takes all the energy in his system. They also adore, and adornment is also above you, not equal. Yeah.
No.
So, and only equal is a constructive energy. Adoration is
looking up to someone.
Destructive. Very
That's
destructive.
why they say looking up to someone is looking down on yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. So what happens then? This person feels unhappy. The guy or the woman on stage afterwards, they feel unhappy. What happens? They take drugs, they need alcohol to calm the system down, blah, blah, blah. You all know the stories about celebrities, yes?
Yeah, or we've experienced it
And
ourselves.
we all
when we have a cozy get-together in a group of people or friends, and we have a lot of fun together, and then you get home
afterwards.
and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it's because you've been giving energy, or people have been taking energy, and you've been taking their garbage in, but you think it's normal because you're used to it your entire life.
If only you could see what is happening when this occurs, you would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaat, till today, she's the only one who can see such things.
Yeah, and it's horrible to see that people do it from kids.
Yeah, that people steal energy from kids.
A lot of parents, they steal from their kids, and they don't know. And the kid gets opstandig. How do you say that?
Rebel.
Yeah, they rebel because they have to take care of their own energy. They have to fight for it, and then they say, "Oh, it's a bad child." But no, the parents they steal the energy of the children, but they don't do it on purpose.
They don't realize it, of course.
They don't do it consciously, and that's why we put this all on tape, so everybody gets conscious about stealing energy, taking energy, how you do this, and it happens constantly when people get together. Constantly, even when you are apart. If you think about somebody at the other side of the world, you feel or inferior or superior to this person, and then you take or you get. See, and energy goes through everything. Everything is energy. So don't think when you're alone that you're secure, that you're safe, but you're not. You all the time there's energy coming in and going out. So if you get self-sufficient, then there's
no need.
There's no need and there's peace. Yes. So, and then what happens even more is if you have a lot of destructive energy with you, low frequency with you, you are a victim of the darkness. And the darkness can get into your system.
You are easy prey to the darkness.
The easy prey to the darkness. What happens is the darkness gets into your system, in your aura field. Then you feel, how you say...
low in energy.
Not only low in energy, but...
destructive thought patterns.
More than that, you feel...
suicidal or any range of suicidal,
all those things.
Thoughts.
But also you feel disturbed, very disturbed. Your peace is gone.
You have no peace of mind.
No, restless, absolutely restless.
No.
You feel you lose a lot of energy, and you feel insecure. You feel
inferior, or superior.
Tired, low on energy.
You don't know what's going on. You're on a roller coaster. Eh?
Absolutely.
It's like a fucked up situation. Sorry for mentioning the word, but if someone, if you say like I feel fucked up and I don't know what's going on, you feel disturbed. Know that the darkness
is in your system.
Is in your system.
Absolutely.
It's in your system.
And they take, and they live on destructive emotions. They live on unhappy
emotions with a really low vibration.
Yeah, so they make you produce it
again.
They
want you to produce unpleasant emotions.
Again and again and again. And so you go up and down the roller coaster, and then they're out of your system, you're up, and you feel yourself again, then you're in your system. And then you go, whoa, deep down, and then they say, I've been to a pit. And then you go, then they leave you again, and they had a good supper, and then they leave you again, and then you're back on your feet again, and you don't know what you did or what you didn't do wrong, you see? And then the next step is that they take over your body, but that's only... So when the darkness takes over, the soul keeps the distance. And it's only by permission.
So the soul is away
but
from the
not
body?
disconnected. No. Not disconnected. But the soul keeps distant from the body.
And Kaat can really see people's souls, or souls and the bodies that belong
and
to
how far you are
and
apart
she can
from each
see
other.
how far the soul is away from the body. So still connected to the heart chakra, of course, but you see a wide variety of distances.
And also when the darkness is in, it's...
The soul is really far away.
The soul is, and it's not a pretty sight. And the body is really in
disintegration.
Disintegration. Okay, so the body is really disintegrating. That means it is falling apart, and it's very destructive, and it's very. Destructive. The person is very destructive to her or himself and to other people. Yes, and that means that there's drugs. There's not living in the day. It's living in the night, and it means alcohol. It means stealing. It means betraying. It means power, but not power.
Greed. Power hunger,
greed, selfishness,
jealousy,
all these
judgment,
things, but in big. It's not like small. It's really big. And then even the dark soul can, if it got permission from the owner of the body, is make an end to the living part of that person.
Can take the life of the body.
Can take the life. Only then, because the soul, you as the owner of this body, is not able to do that. It's thanks to the darkness that you can experience suicide. It's the darkness who does it. Even, for example, murder. Some people cannot remember what they did, and that is because the soul went so far away, the darkness took over, used the body to kill, then left the body, and it is not integrated in the conscious, in the brain. And then the soul comes closer, and then what happens, he gets accused, but this person is 100% that he didn't do it. Even if there's proof, the person did not register it. Register. So, and that's what happened, but nobody knows about this. So what happens is that the people get accused, and they make more unhappy emotions. They produce more unhappy, unpleasant emotions. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. And then what happens? They become even worse and worse
and more destructive
to themselves, to others, and then you have to put them in jail, and then they are there together in darkness. Yes, and so this is what happens if you're out of balance, if you're not empowered. No. So I call it the vampire state. In the vampire state, they have degrees.
Different gradations.
Yes. And so for yourself now, you know where you are, in which state you are. And I can talk a lot more about it, but to not make it too long, we keep it to this part. If there's much more information you want, then we
feel free to contact us.
Yes, and
ask questions.
Ask questions. And we put other little videos on the web, so there's always more and more information coming towards you. Yes?
But I think this video will already provide a lot of people just an insight in how they
feel like they feel,
why they feel the way they feel.
The way they feel.
Yeah. And what's happening.
Yeah. So they get
a broader view,
an overview, an overview of what is happening with them.
Happening in their life.
Just that. Nothing more, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So far this part, then we go to how you become from a vampire. You become
energetically self-sufficient.
Energetic. Yes. Not only energetically self-sufficient, but also the self-love. So the empowerment. Okay. Here we go again. Now the most important of all is how do you get from disempowerment to
empowerment.
Yes! Yeah. Okay. First of all, do not try to calm down the brain. Yeah, it takes you years and years and years to practice if you succeed. An easy way to calm down the brain. No, I cannot say calm down the brain, but the brain makes you believe that it is independent existence.
That it's the only knowing thing that exists. It's the only important thing.
But it makes you. What I mean is, it makes you believe that it runs on its own.
Ah, yes, yeah.
You see, but if you take away the energy from it, it calms down. So what you do is you focus. Verleggen. Hoe zeg je dat?
Switch.
Put your focus on, or you shift.
You shift. You shift your focus. You shift your focus from thinking, analyzing, organizing, reasoning,
which takes a lot of energy, by the way.
Yeah, visualization. Visualization. What else?
Thinking about yesterday, about tomorrow.
La la land.
Making plans.
For tomorrow. Yeah.
Or
you focus to what you feel. And what can you feel in the body? You can feel physical sensations, nice ones, and pain, unpleasant ones, painful. So it's signals of the body, or senses. The senses give you
a lot of
physical sensations. Or emotions, of course, you have them also. So try to focus on the feeling. We're gonna tell you all about it next time, how to learn to feel independent from the brain. But first of all, you need to learn to feel. First step is try to stay with your bodies. Try to feel how it feels to move, to speak, to knock your head, to
shower,
to eat,
to taste something.
Yeah, so stay with the body, stay with
close.
Keep the consciousness with the body.
This actually brings you in the here and now really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
By just feeling.
So stay with the feeling, to feel the body. And it does not need to be deep feeling and long. No, try to keep on feeling for as long as you can.
Even if period of time.
Even if it's a second, you know? And even a second is long. So try to focus.
Keep your attention focus the body.
Yeah. Try to focus, stay with the body. Then you have second step is be interested in the senses. The senses are all receptive, ontvangend, receptive. So let the pictures, what you see around you, let your view come to you. Don't go and get it. Try to
receive images with the eyes instead of reaching out and taking.
Let them come to you.
Let them come to you. Also the hearing, let it come to you. Don't go and catch a sound. Let the sound come to you. It's the same with the smell. It's the same with the taste. it's the same with what you feel. Yes, let it come to you, and then try to feel what it does to your body. For example, you smell something nice. You smell something that you don't like. What happens with the body? What does the senses activate? Whatever. And in the beginning you scan with your brain, and you scan, and you just constateren is constate? No.
Constateren. Allee, het is iets heel simpel.
Constateren.
Het is heel simpel.
Maakt niet uit veel.
Well, you scan it anyway. You scan it. Then, and then we teach you how to feel independent from the brain, and then you realize, now I really feel. I feel. For example, when you give something that a child likes to taste, they go Why don't they go because the
throat,
the smaakpapillen,
taste buds.
The taste buds are here, not there, but the children all say they go and they don't go in the opposite way. They go so something happens in the body, and the children still have connection with the body. So
they feel it.
Yummy feeling. The yummy feeling is there, not there. But we lose the feeling, and then the feeling of yummy we don't experience anymore in the belly, in our tummy. So first of all, we're gonna learn we're gonna give you the information how to feel independent from the brain. Then be interested in the senses, and then be interested in the emotions, and that's also
really big thing.
A really big thing, but that's also for next part.
Maybe a little thing. Emotions are energies in motion. Which one can sense in the physical body.
In the physical body. And there's no good or bad. They're all very sensational. And then if you feel you are aware of your senses and aware of your emotions, then what you become aware of the here and now. And so don't try to train yourself, stay in the here and now, because
it follows automatically actually when you start.
It happens.
Being interested in whatever it is.
It happens automatically. So I know a lot of people who try to train them to stay in the here and now, and it's fake. It's fake, and it's hard, and it takes you years, and you get frustrated, and you get.
And that's also the reason why many people give up on meditation, because they're like, no, it takes too much discipline, and no, it's not my thing. But it takes a lot of energy from them, actually. A lot of brain energy.
Yeah, so because they do it with their willpower.
They use their mental power, and they associate it with unpleasant emotions.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So there we go. Feelings, senses, emotions. You automatically go in the here and now, and then the fifth part is oxygen. Oxygen, I call it the
breath of life.
The breath of God. The breath of God. And the breath of God.
God is life.
Absolutely, it's the master.
You breathe in yourself.
The master of constructive. The master of the light, and everywhere where the light is, and everywhere where God is, everywhere where the master of construction is, there is life. So breathe in, and be conscious of breathing, and breathe deep, and try to fill your body with oxygen. And then 6 is learn to receive and to share. Because if you cannot receive, thank you very much. You cannot you cannot experience abundance, and then you cannot share. The only thing you do is give away to get back, or you take, or you expect.
Which then means being conditional.
Yeah,
as opposed
absolutely.
To unconditional.
Conditional, yes. So we have here 6 options that we're gonna explain you all about
in great depth.
In great depth.
In great detail.
And we also give you exercises to practice in life, not sit down on meditation.
No, we will really give you practical tools.
Yeah, practical tools, very good ones. and also very, very interesting to practice in life. Okay, so this is in a shortcut. Yes, this is in a shortcut. So if you want to get from destructive to constructive, go to first learn to feel. Oh yeah, something very important. Get rid of judgment.
Judgment.
Judgment. Do not try to judge. Replace it with
Fascination.
You're fascinated with what can the feeling offer me? What happens if the feeling and the brain work even as equal? What happens with emotions? What are emotions? Get fascinated. Get fascinated.
Even if you experience what you condemn as a pain and something that's blocking you in your normal function because your body is in pain. Try to be fascinated about what energy you can sense. And then
in the body.
It becomes a different game.
Yeah.
No.
So
well said, Christoph.
So we're gonna give you the information next time to experience the 3D experience of the body. So this is the shortcut, and then we go deeper into every detail of the feeling, the senses, the emotion,
the law of attraction.
Yeah, everything. Yes.
The law of the universe.
Yes, we can make
hours and hours.
Million
movies about it. What we experience already, and what we know, what the other dimensions explain to us. So this is part 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and take whatever you want to take and experience it. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.